Hi, everybody. I am. I'm doing a spontaneous live. Um, just check. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm. I've been so crazy busy that I haven't even had a minute. I've been opening these schools. I don't know if my sound is coming through. Give me 1 second. Can you guys hear me? Anybody hear me? If you can hear me, just say yes, we can hear you. Okay, cool. Awesome. I love seeing that. I'm so happy that you guys are watch our stuff. You've been so supportive lately. We have some really cool stuff coming up. We've got our meetup coming up second week in July in Bon Air. Lots of us are going to be diving the Dive Talk Go. We are building our Dive Talk Academy right now. The platform is unbelievable. Unbelievable, guys. I'm pretty excited about it. And we're going to build it big time. We're going to add nitrox classes on it, open water, all kinds of specialties. We're going to build a giant online dive agency, Dive Talk Academy. So that's coming up. Yes, it is very hot. It is very hot. I am staying hydrated for sure. Show you a couple things that some people have given me. It's so nice. It really is. I'll show you. There's Elle. She's hanging out with me. She's always hanging out with me. How about that? Check that out. Cool is that? Love that. Nice coffee cups I was sent. And let's see, I was also sent. Oh, let me see if I can find it really fast. Oh yeah, this bad boy. Look at this. Look at that. Kenneth, those tumblers you sent me are so awesome. Thank you so much. I love them. These are so cool. I mean, they're right here in my kitchen. Look at this. So if you think I like them, I mean, they're right here in my kitchen. Yeah, I'm at my house. This is my home. I guess maybe I've never shown it. That's a waterfall we have at the end. It's not on right now, but it's really cool. It was built by an artist that only makes waterfalls. This guy's entire art is waterfalls. This is I know it may not look like much, but this guy became a very famous painter. His name is Craig. Huge. This art is from a very good friend of mine, and she's become huge as well. She's actually from Colombia, but she's become a huge artist. This is one of her early paintings. So her art now is crazy. This is our bar right there. And this is another painting that she did for us. Super cool. This is onyx. This came from Peru. It's literally an entire slab of onyx. We saw it, and we literally had it shipped here. Onyx is it's really hard to deal with onyx. It's so fragile. So the installation was crazy. And yeah, that's that. This was cool. This was one giant piece of cement. This artist is a artist of cement. So he made our entire countertop cement. But the thing is, I'm on the 20th floor. So when we first did this, we could not get this on the elevator. Think about it. How crazy is that, right? I mean, we had to cut a hole in the roof of the elevator. So yeah, we had that, this made, it's like a curb, which is pretty cool. We like to collect art from, I love art. This is like different statues, different places we visited in the world. We've collected art on. Another amazing artist that we love. That's another piece by Francesca. She's incredible. Our good friend, but she's become huge now. I've posted some stuff on Facebook about her. Her art is mind-boggling, truly. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I've never showed my house. I guess I'll give you a little tour as I'm walking. This is where we live. It's in the love this piece. This piece was from China. When we went to China, this is all handmade, stitch by stitch, threaded silk. Unbelievable. Yeah, that was onyx that I showed you. This is just in our master bedroom area. This light's from Italy. It's pretty cool. This is another piece by Craig. Remember I told you I love this guy? He's huge now. I mean, this stuff would be crazy now, but he did this in 3 brush strokes. It's really hard to paint and not lift your hand off the canvas. That's considered really difficult to do. So, yeah. This is the waterfall that I was telling you about. It's not on, but it's super cool when it's on. And, you know, bathroom. Just top by the bathroom, just overlooking downtown Atlanta. You can see our pool and stuff down there. It's probably getting crowded. Super hot here in Atlanta right now. So, really hot. It's crazy. I'm gonna work out in a little while. I've been trying to work out. I love this piece. This piece here, it's from an artist in Greece. Pretty cool. It sort of is before you get to our bar, there's our bar. We had our friend do all this cool chain in the background. She braided it. It's really neat. Yeah, this is onyx, and so is we had a matching piece in the powder room. I'll show you. So this is our sink, the matching onyx. It's really cool. I don't know, we love natural stones and stuff like that. Another really cool artist that I loved, that we got that from. It's been a while. And just sitting outside with Elle on the deck. I'll go out there and show you that. And I decided to come on because I just hadn't had an opportunity while. This is our outside deck. Overlooks the city of Atlanta, downtown. Maybe you guys can see the dome there. And the other side is it's a shot towards Buckhead. All down that area is Buckhead. And gonna get a new grill, brand new grill. My daughter's gonna cook on it tonight. I can't use it. And okay, well that's a little catch up with me. And yeah, I'm really excited about this upcoming Bonaire trip. I love diving in Bonaire because, I mean, I've said this, I don't think it comes across. I like cave diving. Don't get me wrong, but my favorite kind of diving is mellow, chill diving. Recreational dive limits, lots of sunlight, lots of life, and that's why I love the Dive Talk Go. I do believe, I'm biased, and it's okay. You all can say, well, you're biased. I am. I believe Mike Young has created a real game changer for the dive industry. We have a rebreather. It's perfect for 2 to 2.5 hour dives. that is so easy to assemble, so lightweight, clips onto any recreational BC, that it's going to explode, because diving is not supposed to be hard. It's not supposed to be a competition. It's not supposed to be super challenging. This is my opinion. I'm entitled to it. I'm old. Um, Chilled, relaxing, underwater escape on a little beautiful rebreather that just clips to any recreational BC. It is unbelievable. Everybody that has tried it is loving it. So there must be a reason. I remember, I think I was one of the first to try it besides Mike. I was like a guinea pig. And we were at Blue Heron Bridge. If Mike's watching this, he'll remember. He's like, hey, you got to try this. I'm like, sure. Clip it on. I'm like, this is unbelievable. I mean, in 5 seconds, I'm diving this rebreather that I just clip right on. So it's really cool. I'm not on here just to do a commercial for it, by the way. It's just thinking about it right now. And yeah, I never want to claim to be, I don't even think I'm a good instructor. There's so many great instructors. I'm not one of them. I mean, honestly, there's way, way better. I think my favorite instruction when I was teaching a lot, I just don't have time right now, is just open water divers, jumping off a boat and chilling. That's my favorite. You go all the way up to the complexities of the Sidewinder. Now, when I cave dive, I only dive the Sidewinder. It is absolutely the right tool for me and for many others for cave diving. It's just perfect, but it's complex, man. I don't enjoy assembling it and putting it on and getting it perfectly tweaked and getting all my tanks trimmed out. It's work. It's a lot of work, but once you do, and you're underwater in that cave, it's like, ah. So it's worth the work, but it's work. How much is our class? Well, the online class, the platform that we're building, it's going to be revolution. It's game changer. There's no platform like it. You'll see. Wait till you see all the videos. It's video driven, and then these progress quizzes. And it's very practical. Like we just talked, just like this. Very open dialogue, dive talk style, Gus and I back and forth on different subjects related to, in this particular case, the go. I think all classes should be that way. And then I think that online class is going to be $300, but then you have to get with one of our instructors to do the actual, practical per our standards for the certification. And it's a full rebreather certification. The first level certification on the go will be to 131 feet with Deco. You could do it without Deco, but it's no big deal to do it with Deco. So, yeah. Yeah, I know, Trout. I agree. Exactly. If you think about it, it is a dream. Just go straight in the water. So anything brings you closer, just jump in and go, is going to be good. That's exactly it. It sits on the boat. It's not this big, giant unit. Literally, it'll sit right underneath your bench on your fins. It's small. It's great. It's so awesome. I love simplicity. So, Oregon coast water is freezing. I've never dove there, Logan. I have dove off of California and it's freezing. I mean, I know that, but I've never dove off of Oregon. Yes, Gus is looking great. Definitely getting in shape. I'm about to do a workout. I'm waiting for Terry. Terry, if you're on here, we're going to work out. And we're going to crush it. Then we're going to go to my pool and I'm going to buy you lunch. She's worked so hard on this meetup coming up in Bonaire. It's our biggest turnout yet. It's going to be epic. We have amazing speakers. Jill Heinerth, Doug, Garrett. Really going to be cool, man. Okay, I see your comment, packing up my stuff to head over. And Terry, just plan on staying for dinner. Hallie's going to be cooking on this new grill. You want to see the new grill? come home. I've been away at our Big Blue swim schools. I'm opening them all over the country. We just opened our 4th one. I'm about to open the 5th one. And I come home and I got this thing. Look at that. Never even been used. Wow. Cool. Daughter Hallie is going to, from what I hear, cook us something this evening. It's kind of cool. So, yes, it is going to be an awesome day ahead. Cave diving is definitely with work. Spirit works great, and it's not that bad. Yeah, I agree. That's I have a Spirit as well, and you can convert it to a Sidewinder. I just prefer the Sidewinder because already set up. I have it on a X Deep harness, just tweaked perfectly for me. So I don't like to go back and forth. When are we getting the cookout stream? That's tonight. But I'm not going to do another stream. I'm just, am I back? I don't know. Sometimes that happens. I've just been working so hard opening these schools. It's a tremendous effort, each one. So, oh man, I just took this weekend. Rare for me to just take a weekend and chill. So yeah. Hey Lil, thank you so much. I think that I will do some teaching again, but I need to have the time. What I believe is that an instructor really needs to be able to devote teaching and teaching a lot. You need to be on your game, right? And I feel like I don't have the time right now. And there are better, much better than me, in my opinion, to teach because they do it all the time and they're better than me. And I just don't want to ever teach a class where I'm not able to give it 100% undevoted attention. It really is a lot, especially a CCR class. I would, if you wanted to get work abroad as a dive master guide, what PADI qualifications or experience do you think makes you stand out from the crowd? I think a lot of it has to do with who you know. It's just like everything in the world. I really do. And you want to get with big operators, big dive shops, interview with them. A lot of them need good help, so you just want to talk to those big dive shops. What do they need? What are they looking for? So it's just like everything, like every other profession. No, Chris, don't lose interest in diving even after an injury. And the reason I say that, I believe it's the opposite. I believe that diving is healing. I believe that there are magical special powers in the water. Yep, I'm crazy. Yep, I know. I am. But meanwhile, there's something about the power of water. I love the book Blue Minds. Get the book Blue Minds. Unbelievable about the power of water. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, Richard, definitely. Yeah, no, get underwater, man. It's therapeutic and mentally, physically, especially a rebreather, right? I mean, it's almost like oxygen therapy. The fact that we can keep our partial pressure to our set point is healthy. Like, it's healthier to be on a rebreather, not less healthy. I mean, kind of biased, but I think there's a lot of truth to that. Oh, cool, Devil's Den. Tell everybody I said hi there, Daniel. That's a great place to learn to dive. It's a really mellow environment. You get a little bit of cavern feel and experience. And it's really neat to see that. How old is someone to begin diving? Linda, there is no too old. Now, you need to get a medical sign-off. There is an RSTC medical form. And if you have yes answers on it, then your physician will have to sign off on it to determine are you fit to dive. So that's the answer. That's what the dive industry has proclaimed. If your physician signs off on your medical form, dive. Let's see. Excuse me. No, I have been invited to dive at Disney. I have been. Look, after I do this big every 3 to 5 years, and ultimately do anything else after that other than dive talk, I will be 100% devoted to dive talk. I think that Gus and I really, we have something special. You know, we have a chemistry among us. We're different. And that's great. We don't always agree. We don't have the same opinion. He likes things that I don't like, vice versa. But we agree on most everything, really, overall. I mean, when we're diving, when we're actually underwater together, he's probably one of my favorite dive buddies to dive with. I just feel like we have each other. So, are big tonsils a problem for diving? Never heard that's an issue. Excuse me. I never heard that, so I don't know. Check with a doctor. I'm rated for 20 meters. Yeah, cool. Perfect. Shallow dives, reef dives, beautiful. Some of the prettiest dives. I would say my... Thank you, Vernati. You look incredibly glamorous. I'm just a normal dude. I'm not too glamorous, but thank you. I get asked this, where's my favorite diving? Well, the prettiest caves that I've ever seen. I'm not Mr. Experienced Cave Diver. I'm a cave diver. I like cave diving. Is definitely still to this day the Abacos with Brian, who was my cave instructor, Brian Kirkhook in Abacos. But I would say that a close second would be those caves that I did in Mexico with Robbie Schmittner. I don't know. It's close between those two, man. That cave that he showed us, that he discovered, whew, I was blown away. And then, but my overall favorite place that I've ever been underwater, that I've set my eyes on, is in the North Banda Sea. Not, you can only dive there during certain times of the year. The North Banda Sea in Indonesia, on the Aranui liveaboard. I remember jumping in, and it was with summer, and I went underwater, and I could not believe what I was seeing. I just reminded me of what the Keys used to look like when I was a kid, and just perfect soft coral and hard coral and huge diversity of marine life. So, yes, many times been with wild sharks on the surface, underwater. I'm, born and raised in South Florida, and Jupiter, that whole area, a lot of people call it the shark capital of the world. Some of the most sharks in the world, lots of bull sharks, lemon sharks, silky sharks, great white sharks, more and more, nurse sharks, reef sharks, every kind of shark. Love it. It's great on the go because, there's no bubbles, so it's real quiet and awesome. Does SSI offer a cave diving course? Yeah, I think so. But I'm not so, I'm never telling you guys, I don't care about the agency. Whatever, it's irrelevant, frankly. It's all about the instructor. So I would rather you ask which cave instructors do you have or recommend in your area. That's what's important. I like cave diving instructors that are cave diving a lot, or live near the caves, or can get to the caves quickly. That's who I'd recommend, right? They live and breathe cave diving. Cave diving, look, it's not an elitist thing, but it is a game-changing level of diving. There's no way that I could come on here and tell you that cave diving is not a different level of diving. It's just, it's wrong. You really, really have to get your trim and buoyancy in check. You really have to have your rig perfectly balanced. You really have to be able to multitask. You really have to be able to stay calm in an emergency. The 5 rules of cave diving over and over that we talk about on Dive Talk are there because not following them can kill you. But if you do these things and you do practice the proper rules of cave diving, it's actually amazing and can be done safely. But it's a game-changing level. You need to be with an extraordinary cave diving instructor that lives and breathes cave diving. So, yes, I am still recommending Dan Insurance. So, we had a great meeting with Dan. And the meeting was one where I would say we could have done some things better, and definitely Dan could have done some things better. And I'm okay with that. It's very easy to say what you would or wouldn't have done in an emergency, but now Dan has initiated some new things that are going to be very beneficial for all divers. One biggest lesson: you must keep Dan informed at all times of exactly what's going on in your emergency, or have somebody do that throughout the entire emergency process. Call them every half an hour. Update them all the time. And they have put some warnings out of areas that will not cover you. So if you go there to those areas, you need to have an emergency action plan. Dan now will assist you in drafting your emergency action plan. Take advantage of that. But if you are going somewhere where they don't accept Dan Insurance, or where it's known to have some less than honest medical professionals, then you need to be prepared, because you could get in trouble there. You could end up not being able to have treatment. I made it to a live on here, but maybe I'm not paying attention. I don't know why we have the haters. I mean, it's all we want to do on Dive Talk is talk about diving. It's not you're wrong or you're right or you made a mistake in one of your videos. Oh, okay, great. So we all learn from it. I don't get it. Not really sure of that whole thing, but I just want to talk about diving. We never get on there and saying we're the best, or we're the ones that can educate the world. We just want the world to be more exposed to diving. We do know that Dive Talk has brought way more people into diving. Mission accomplished, end of story. I have no idea why Dive Talk has taken off the way it has. I really don't. I often say, with all the great, there's plenty of great channels and podcasts and things out there, and for some reason Dive Talk resonates with you all, with everybody, and that's awesome. I'm super happy about that. Maybe it's because we're just straight up. Yes, I am DPV Cave certified. Very, very hard. That was very, very difficult for me. Very hard. That didn't come natural. I mean, to do that in the high flow of the caves where Cave Adventurers is really, really hard. But I did it. JB, the cave flows super high sometimes. Wow, Joe, really? They show one of our videos at the school? That's so cool. We try in Dive Talk Academy. We are, the first course about to be rolled out is, of course, for the Dive Talk Go. We try to break things down to its simplest form. But I recently did that series on the power of the Shearwater computer. Andy Davis's article inspired it. And man, wow, I really am proud of that series. I mean, I hope that adds clarification on what gradient factors are, what gradient factors you should use. Gradient factor 99, surface gradient factor. You have so much power in your hands on your shear water, and I just want people to understand it. It's really cool. You can't dive. Memphis says, I'm unable to dive because my ears can't handle the pressure. I love seeing you about diving. It is, though, you know that every atmosphere, again, I'm Imperial, every 33 feet, the pressure decreases by 1/2 the percentage change of the previous atmosphere. So it's actually easier to clear your ears the deeper you go. It's easier. A pool bouncing around between the surface and like 10 feet, that's by far the hardest place to clear your ears. That's the biggest percentage pressure change, is that first 33 feet. So deeper is easier for your ears. Yeah. Yes, really, yes. The first 10 feet, the worst. Once you break through that first atmosphere, 33 feet, it gets easier and easier and easier. I mean, to clear your ears between 100 to 200 feet, it's only a tiny pressure change. It's that first 33 feet. Very difficult. You need, Chris, you need to, in order to dive the Crystal Caves, you need obviously a cave certification. It should be side mount, and I would recommend a non-back mount rebreather, and you can only dive it with Brian K. Cook. There is no permit. You have to go through him. He has really the control over those caves. He's laid a lot of the line. He's created a safe process, and he's absolutely the most incredible cave guide that you will ever experience, and he knows that place inside and out. He'll take you to places that he deems appropriate for both equipment you're on and your level of diving. I mean, he's going to make sure that you are spot on so you don't damage these unbelievable crystals. Yes, we are instructors. Artini, we are. I'm an instructor trainer even, but I just, at this time, both Gus and I are just, we are focusing on Dive Talk Academy. So we're going to be instructing through our instructional videos, but then we'll have a list of our instructors that we recommend through Dive Talk Academy for you to then go on and connect with to do the practical applications, the in-water portion of whatever certification you're going to be taking. We will be putting a nitrox class on there, and that you'll be able to get certified on all the way through our videos. You won't have to go outside of that to get an instructor. We're working on that. So, thank you, Mr. Duba Duba. I'm really glad that our show has inspired you to dive. I have been to Australia. I've dove the Great Barrier Reef, but I've never cave dived there. But listen, we want to, there's a lot of places we're being invited to, and I do want to cave dive in. Yes, Sam, there is an update for the Dive Talk Go Breather. Go buy it. Go take a class. It's done. It's available. We just haven't launched the official website, but you can email info@divetalkscuba.com, and we can connect you with Kim, and you can get on the ordering list, and I can connect you with our instructors. And we do have a PowerPoint that you can already use that the instructors will give you for the academic portion. All the quizzes and tests are written, but the online version is still being done. And once that happens, that'll take over. But that's it. That's the update. It's ready. It's go. Go, go, go. Go order it. Go get certified on it. It's amazing. So that's done. Yeah. River, as a well-trained and decorated diver, would you say more close call accidents happen due to poor gear management or lack of practicing skills after learning them? Here's what I think. I just talked about this. I can't remember when. Maybe on a video that we just recorded. I actually think that most of the accidents that are happening are because of ego. For some reason, people start to think after 50 or 100 dives that they've reached it. They're there, and they push the limits. It's not the gear. It's not the lack of good training. It's their ego. They're pushing themselves to levels to areas, to depths they never should be going to. Cave diving in particular, the ego is crazy. Like, where are you going? You have 100 cave dives. If the problem is, what happens is they'll do 100 cave dives without a problem. So they think, oh, I'm invincible. See, no problems. You don't know how to deal with the problem until you have a problem, especially in a cave. So ego is the problem. And I keep saying it, man. I don't know where it came from. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know why diving blew up ego. Maybe that's why it's on the decline. I mean, let me give you my ego in diving. I don't have one. If I go into water, I need to be careful, and I want to be with a buddy that can take care of me and I can take care of them. And that's it. I'm always open-minded. I'm okay to, I don't even know how to define what the best is. The best in what? In what type of diving? In what type of gear? I mean, you know. I'm not in Las Vegas, no. Atlanta, Georgia. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you, Daniel, for saying that. Big fan of your channel. I hope you guys keep up the good work. We are. There's no way we can let go of Dive Talk now. It's growing every day. More subscribers thanks to you guys. Even whatever the haters, I don't think they're really haters. The critics, they're great. They help us hugely. You know, so that's all good. So yeah, yeah. Yes, Betsy, I know, ego, I can believe it. That's what it really is. Like, you know, you see it even on like boat dives or sitting on a boat. I've done this or I've done that. Here's my daughter, Hallie. Hallie, I'm on Dive Talk Live. Come say hi. Come back here. You guys have never met my daughter. You want to meet her? We're going to work out together. I'm really proud of her. She's a PA. This is my daughter, Hallie.
Can't hear anything.
And she's amazing. She's a diver. She doesn't dive that often, but she does.
Like to.
You'd like to, yeah. So that's Hallie. She's right there. She's going to work out with me in a little while, just with Terry, but she's awesome. So that's my daughter, Hallie. She is a PA, a physician's assistant, specializes in children's psychiatry. She's going to be cooking tonight. There's Elle. Right there. So, Hallie, we're waiting a little while. We're going to wait for Terry to get here, and then we're going to work out, and then we can go to the pool. That's Hallie. Say hi. To the
Hi.
Dive Talk world. My other daughter, Jolie, is at our lake house right now. So, yeah, we shouldn't get on often. That's two of my daughters. That's Elle and Hallie. And she's married to Tucker. My other daughter is getting married in August. She's at our lake house right now, and
She's cooking.
that's about it. So, there you go. That's Hallie. She's a good girl. She really did great in school. I mean, wow. Proud of her. Her name is actually Hallie, Hallie, not Allie. Hallie. Names that don't end in Y. And my name is Wood. No sense. Our other daughter's name is Jolie, Joeli. I don't know why. I just forgot because I'm crazy. I do love octopus, octopus, but they're quite incredible. They're learning more and more about them, all things they can do. That's a waterproof TV. Somebody asked. So it's our outdoor TV on the deck. It's waterproof. It's in that sun bright case. That those are candles. You can light them at night. Nice. This is a screening that comes down, so if I hit a button, the screen will lower. Just nice, cuts down on the wind and so forth. Yep, Hallie could kick my butt with exercise. She's in good shape, but I'm gonna lead the workout today, and you're gonna be surprised. Yeah, I know the signal's buffering at times. I don't know why, but it does that. Sorry. I apologize. Okay, I'm back. Have you dove in the Philippines? Yep. Eagle race,
I
though.
did. Thresher sharks.
Yeah, thresher sharks. Hallie did.
I saw thresher sharks.
Hallie dove in the Philippines. Thresher sharks, amazing to see those things.
And
And
Eljo.
there's tons of manta rays as well. Where?
El Nido.
Alito?
El Nido, I think.
Espresso or drip coffee?
Nespresso.
Nespresso. I'm drinking a coffee as well. I need to drink another one. Yeah, no, thanks, Lil. Yeah, I know. Sometimes it buffers and I don't know why. Is the Go only being sold in the US currently? However, we applied for, there's a special application, it's called an ITAR exemption, to be able to sell it overseas, to certain places overseas. And we just got some feedback, it looks good. So the key will be to then get instructors overseas. We have so many that want to be an instructor for us overseas, so it will be sold overseas. It will not be sold in Europe. We doubt, I can almost tell you for sure, we're not going to get it CE certified. That's a whole nother story, that CE certification. So if you're in Europe, come here and we can sell it to you. You can get certified here. A lot of the stuff on the channel is for entertainment, right? We like to teach through entertainment. What do I think of saturation diving? I think that is amazing as a profession. That's Joe asking that. I mean, wow, saturating all 16 tissue compartments. So you got to have a reason for it. Why are you doing that? Well, commercial diving. I mean, they got to go down to depths, fix those oil rigs, things like that. I've never done it. And even when I'm diving to 100 meters, just not often. It's very rare that I get down to those depths. We're not anywhere close to full saturation, but you're building up the deco fast. Oh my God, every minute you're down there, that deco clock is flying, so you gotta be careful. You gotta really, really, really do your gas planning correctly. We're gonna teach that. We're gonna add an advanced nitrox class onto the Dive Talk Academy platform to really get into proper gas planning, understanding the toxicity effects of oxygen better and stuff like that. And we have so many great, knowledgeable people that are Dive Talk guests or have contributed. Veronica recently on my series on the power of the shearwater. I think these folks live stuff, right? Andy Davis with his article. I mean, we have some really incredible people that can help us expand some of those classes. Doug Ebersol, I mean, come on. Doesn't get much more knowledgeable than that. Ed Sorensen, I mean, incredible. Did that series with him on Dive Talk Plus. Everybody go watch it. Do you really need a DPV certification? Go watch that on Dive Talk Plus. Dive Talk Plus, we're doing a lot more pro roundtable stuff, so go watch it. It's super interesting. And Veronica's on there she did a whole series with me about can you really get used to being narked? And I have another one coming out on Wednesday on Dive Talk Plus. That's really neat. It's with Steve Pryor. He's just a world-class, long-time platinum PADI course director. And the name of that episode is How to Teach Students to Scuba Dive. FAST. But what does FAST really stand for? Interesting. You'll love that one. Lee, we will only dive the Roaring River again if Mike is there and enables that, because it was his exploration project. He got the permits way beyond. I would not go there without Mike. Like, no way. But I did have the opportunity to explore some of it. I went through that restriction and laid line, virgin line in Roaring River. Mike let me do that, getting that tight restriction at about 200 feet. Wow, that was wild to be able to do that with him. I really only will do cave exploration, new caves, exploration with Mike. I haven't done it with anybody else. I'm not qualified. I don't feel in the least bit qualified to do that, on my own anyway. I do 13 dives. Wow, thank you, Nelson, for the super chat, $10. All of that stuff goes, towards all these projects we're doing. We are going to do an entire dive talk on our van. Van is it's a technological wonder in itself. Wait till you see this thing soon. I did around 13 dives. Should I try rec side mount diving? Does it make sense so early within the rec limits? I mean, I would talk to your tech diving instructor on that you can relate to, that sees where you're at. I think so. Yeah, I don't have a problem with somebody going into side mount diving, so early on. I mean, the depth limit, though, and getting into mixed gases and all of that, you may need some additional experience. And of course, that agency is going to have various learning standards on that. They'll define the minimum number of dives you need for various different technical diving levels, and let a good experienced tech diving instructor that can dive with you and see where you're at, give you their feedback. That's what I would say. I don't believe in automatic rules of thumb. You have to have this many dives, or you cannot do this. Well, really? Why? What about if Ed Sorensen watches you in the water after one dive and says, you know what, you're outstanding. You're ready for me to put you on side mount diving. You think that because the rule says you can't, that makes sense? I'm open-minded. Love Belize, Andrew. Awesome. Glad you loved it. It's amazing. How many dives should you do before Tech 40 CCR? I think Tech 40 CCR is defined in the PADI standards. You have to look them up, and that's how many I would do. If you're going to get certified under a particular agency, then you need to do the number of dives that agency says you need to do. I can't remember if it's 50 or 100. Just talk to the instructor for that agency and look at their standards. A lot of these standards were written for good reason. They are rules of thumb, but they're rules of thumb based upon a lot of people's experience, that people get to another level, that people can handle an emergency situation without panicking, and they're at a certain comfort level now to where they can then go to the next level. In general, they're not necessarily for everybody, but I would say at least do the minimum number of dives that those standards recommend. And certainly, the instructor for that agency is supposed to follow that. So if they're teaching somebody before that, then that they could be breaking that agency's standards. Um, so that's what I would say. Thank you so much for that super chat. Thank you, Mr. Duba Duba. I know, I just haven't done a solo live on Dive Talk. I love doing it with Gus. He and I, our schedules are back and forth. I don't know. I just felt like it. I just felt like talking. There's been so much going on. I wanted to catch up with a lot of stuff that we have going on. Hi, Angel. I keep doing this. That means go up. I'm starting to become a non-diver. How about this? Jacob Sauce Zurov. Is that your full name? Jacob Sauce Zurov. Zurov? How's that? Terrible? I tried. Next dive you have in mind. Bonaire? Can't wait. My favorite dive is the next dive I'm going to do. I can't wait for my next dive. I'm really, really, really looking forward to being just a week only on the go, the Dive Talk Go, our mechanical closed circuit rebreather. I love it because it's easy. Clip, 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 right on my new X Deep wing that Patrick Widman from X Deep made for me and sent me. It's so cool. It's made just for me. It has Dive Talk embroidered on it. It's really nice. Wow, can't wait to just dive on that thing for a week. Sam, you're taking your next step to Dive Master. Recommendations. Yes, keep your ego in check. Just remember when you are become a dive professional that you haven't reached some superior level that makes you so much better than everybody else. It just gives you the privilege to be able to teach people to enjoy the underwater world safely. Remember where you started. Remember when you first jumped in the water, what your wading was like, what it felt like, what, to get that balance and buoyancy and feeling. It takes a bit. Wow, Florida man, you just gave me $50. I got an egotistical instructor that didn't care, want to be there. Rushed past many tests, rushed me, made me feel unsafe. If it wasn't for Dive Talk, I think that was normal. I'm finding a new one. Thank you for the inspiration and entertainment. Wow, Florida man, Mike, that is really a shame. I don't understand these instructors and where the ego has come from. I really am not kidding you, everybody. It wasn't there. I remember, like in the 70s, I really do. I remember it, and it was super chilled. Like, nobody was competing. Nobody was like, you're not good, or you're not doing it my way, so you're terrible, and all of this crazy, crazy, crazy egotistical stuff. But there's a balance, right? As you move into more technical levels, and I'm going to talk about this on my Dive Talk Plus show coming out on Wednesday with Steve Pryor, you do need to increase your skill level. Not for ego, but for safety. I mean, there's no way you can go cave diving and not jeopardize the safety of yourself and everybody else in that cave if you don't have good controlled trim and buoyancy and be able to multitask with good trim and buoyancy. And that's hard to do. It takes practice. If you're not regularly cave diving, you're going to get rusty at it. I will have to go back in and spend a few days and practice and reacquaint myself to those skill levels for cave diving. That's different than ego. That's being mindful of the need to have that control because of that particular environment you're in. You see the difference? It's not, you're not good enough and I'm way better than you. Look at me in the cave. I'm perfect and you're not. I have no time for that garbage. I don't give a crap. Those kind of instructors and divers in a cave that are bragging, I don't want to dive with them. They're probably unsafe. But why do I need to have those skills? Why is this important? I kind of think Cave Adventurers is of that mindset, and Doug Ebersol is of that mindset, and those kind of instructors that are focused on why are we mandating that you have this skill set for this particular environment and this particular skill that you're doing. Now that resonates with me. I mean, when you're with Brian in the Crystal Caves of the Bahamas and he's assessing where you're at, why? Well, he's going to be taking you through fragile areas that, frankly, could get destroyed if you don't have a certain skill set. Okay, so we need to be respectful to that. He's not trying to show off. That's the difference. I just know, for me, where I'm at. I don't live near the caves. I don't get to cave dive that often, and it is very easy to lose those skill sets. Where am I on this fine Sunday? Man, it's beautiful. I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia, at my home. I haven't been home in a while. I've been gone for like a month straight, opening these new swim schools. Will you stop diving with someone if you think they are reckless? I would talk to them about it, but eventually yes, because it's not fun. It's not fun. At that point, I only dive for fun, right? I can't feel like I'm having fun if it's not safe. Safety and fun with diving, to me, go hand in hand. So I just, I just believe that we should dive for fun. I'm not in it for any other reason. So, yeah. Thank you, Winter, for saying that. Winter Grouper. Hey, Woody. I learned diving when I was a kid, and your videos have inspired me to start diving again. That's great. Just get in the water, everybody, especially the ocean. The healing powers are incredible. Yeah. Deland, love my instructors. Open circuit or CCR in a cave, you can just tell they're top notch. And they don't have to tell you, and they would say they're not. Yeah, I mean, I often hear some of the greatest, most experienced cave instructors say that they have to practice all the time. Go watch the interview I just did with Mehdi and Ed on do you need a DPV certification? And they'll tell you, they're always trying to get better. They're always looking at each other. They have to practice. If they're not in that water for a couple of days, they feel like they've lost some skills. So, it is what it is. It's hard, but it's amazing. So if you want to earn the privilege to dive in these cave systems, then you need to have these skill sets, because otherwise you're gonna kill somebody or yourself. Like, I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's just the truth. It's hard. It's hard for me. I mean, I don't know. Maybe for some people it's not. How do I see the future of diving? Felipe. I'm loving all the technology. We're moving more and more towards understanding decompression modeling for you, that it's not a fixed model that fits everybody. So all of these movements towards monitoring what's going on with your body, we're at infancy, beginning stages of that. That's going to be a game changer, right? I mean, can you imagine that the computer changing in real time your decompression model for you because it knows what's going on inside your body? Oh my goodness. Wow. What is that going to do? And just the rebreather technology, the computer technology, it's just advancing incredibly fast. However, that allows people to go further and deeper and longer. So it's a balance, right? That can be dangerous. We got to be careful. Anyway, yeah. Florida man Mike, well, good on you for recognizing it. I had to thumb my open water checkout dive, which was hard. I don't do well with failing or quitting. I'm glad I did. Yeah. I don't believe that thumbing a dive is a failure. I would consider that if I'm teaching somebody and they thumb the dive and they thumb it calmly for the correct reasons, probably going to respect them even more than somebody who's not willing to do that because they're worried about their ego or their pride. That's the person I'm really concerned about, where they just go in there thinking they're God's gift to diving. So, yeah, that would scare me a lot, a whole bunch. Well, I've been on here an hour already. I just decided to jump on, and it's great. I've had so many viewers, so thank you, Caleb. I'm trying to do a good job, and whatever influence I may have, I hope it's an influence. I'll just leave with this. I hope it's an influence of that we got to just take care of each other in diving. No one's, let's get away from who's better, who's worse. It's amazing that we are such a small percentage of the population as divers. And we're so privileged to be able to see the underwater world, which is the vast majority of the planet. And if we have that privilege, we certainly shouldn't let it go to our head. It's just a privilege. We have the good fortune, both, it's expensive to dive. We were able to somehow get around people that taught us diving. And we're super fragile. And everybody started somewhere. It's okay to make mistakes. Take it easy on Dive Talk. You don't need to beat us up or anybody else up on there. We're just trying to bring back the good old spirit of diving is fun. It's not a sport, no competition. It's just an amazing opportunity to see the underwater world, of which we're all extremely vulnerable with this little thin skin, being a mammal, subject to all the effects of pressure, all the ailments that can come from that. What's better anyway? I just want Dive Talk to continue to get diving back to that. Wow, that's really nice. Gamer Dave, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Fishman. Well, I think I proved I'm not a fish, considering what happened to me in the Bahamas. Hope all is good and health is good too. God bless you, Woody. Man, thank you so much. Yeah, health is great. I've been diving a ton since that crazy episode. I don't know why I got bent in the Bahamas. No idea. Maybe I was dehydrated. Maybe I wasn't. Maybe I ate the wrong thing the night before. Maybe I was tired because I had so many flights the day before. Maybe I'm old. Maybe I worked too hard. Maybe. We know this much about decompression illness. Isn't that crazy? Whatever everybody thinks they know, the greatest minds in the world. Dr. Simon Mitchell will tell you, I don't know. I'm about to give a lecture, but I don't know if it's right. What? That's how crazy it is. We don't know that much. So, just be careful. Be careful. And let's all just support each other. And, one other thing. I used to not do it, but I am, if we see these outrageous, mean-spirited, brutal comments on our channels anymore, I'm just done with it. I just delete them. They don't serve any purpose. We don't need it. Whether you're beating me up, beating Gus up, beating each other up, there's just no need. Delete. Go somewhere else. I don't care. There's plenty of other places to go. We want to be positive, bring everybody up, make mistakes and say, oh, well, in a positive way and just positivity. Please watch my video that I'm releasing Wednesday morning on Dive Talk Plus, all about having fun, positivity, and diving in the science behind that. So I think you'll find that to be really interesting. And there's so many great questions. I keep saying that I'm going to leave, but I don't really know what a bot or troll is, Florida Man Mike. Is that like a computer thing? And I don't know. Some of the comments seem, they're harsh. We had to ban this one guy. His name was Anthony, and he was just going nuts on every single thing we said. It's so weird because I once dove with that guy and actually had to help him and wanted to help him, and I don't know. It's like angry. Diving's not supposed to be angry. It's supposed to be the opposite of angry. So, the videos of me, Ed, and Mehdi, Dive Talk Plus. Right now, just go Google Dive Talk Plus. Gus has a bunch of really awesome videos on there where he's got like this pro round table, and so do I. Just released this one on with Ed and Mehdi. It's really, really interesting to hear them talk. Dive Talk Plus would be where that is. This message is held for review. So go there, go to Dive Talk Plus, and you'll see it. You'll see that interview. It's super interesting. Clone Trooper Tuscan, I've heard that asthma is no longer an automatic elimination of your ability to dive, but check with your doctor. Of course, they would have to sign off on it. I guess it depends on the severity. Yes, Fabian, the Dive Talk Rebreather is launched. It is available. Email us, info@divetalkscuba.com. I can send you the manual, the training standards. I can connect you with Kim. You can order it. I can connect you with instructors. The news is over. It's released. The only thing we haven't released is the official website and the official digital learning platform, but we have the course out where you can take it, get certified on it, order it. Dive Talk Go Rebreather is available. info@divetalkscuba.com. I'm happy to send the manual to any of you, along with the training standards. Kim was amazing in writing them. She's the president of RISA. So all of our stuff conforms with RISA. I think it's a game-changing rebreather, personally. Yes. Fox on a roller coaster, will there be an option to get certified on it in Europe? Yeah, I think we will eventually have some instructors in Europe. We won't be able to sell it in Europe because we're not going to deal with that CE stuff. But we definitely have a slew of people that reached out and want to teach it in Europe, for sure. Brandon, what are the pros and cons of the Dive Talk Rebreather compared to the KISS Sidewinder? They're not comparable. One is an apple, one's an orange. Two completely, totally different uses. Dive Talk Go, 2 to 2.5 hours worth of sorb, small, lightweight, clip it on, open water, jump off a boat. The Dive Talk Sidewinder, 5 hours, side mount rebreather, made for really good for cave diving. They're not the same. They're just both mechanical rebreathers, but they're not. I would not. If you're one should not be chosen over the other. They're not two different tools. If you're going to cave dive and you want a rebreather for cave diving, Sidewinder. If you want a rebreather that's so easy to use, travel with it anywhere, dive with it anywhere quickly for 2 to 2.5 hours max dive. Like, I want to drift dive for 2 hours in Cozumel and feel how awesome it is to be on a rebreather. Well, that's the Dive Talk Go. It's also really affordable. It's $3,500 is the base price, but you still have to buy your computer. Now, if you already have a 4-pin petrol, and you don't need another one, right? But obviously, if you don't have one, you would have to buy that and the oxygen tank. So, anyways, go take a look at it. The best way to know is to read our manual, the Dive Talk Go manual. Then you can compare it to everything. Thanks, Park the Ripper. Glad you woke up. To me, good morning, I guess. I'm waiting for Terry to get here. We're going to do a workout. Yes, I have gray hair. I'm old. I will be 60 in September. Wow. Yes, eventually we do want to get with that incredible mapping guy and learn to map caves on YouTube. We have so many great shows ahead, so we just hard to get to them all. I keep saying I'm going to go, but man, your questions and your comments are so awesome. But yeah, I would say, people are like Sidewinder or the Go. Let's say money was not an issue. It is, and that's valid. But if it wasn't, both, two different purposes. If you're going to go on a boat for 2 hours drift dive, you're not going to want to dive with anything other than the Go. If you want to go on a 4 to 5 hour long dive, particularly in an overhead environment, Sidewinder all the way. So that's what I would say. Wow, Moncho Green. Love your content. Burned through everything already, but just found Dive Talk Plus. That buys me a day or two. Yeah, Dive Talk Plus, it's more serious. Not so much just pure entertainment, but more technical talking, more things about us that aren't even dive related. Some great pro roundtable interviews. Go watch those interviews. I just released one with Ed and Mehdi on is a DPV certification needed, for example. Really cool. Last week I did one with Veronica. Can you get used to being narked? Very interesting conversation. Wednesday on Dive Talk Plus, I'm releasing with Steve Pryor. He's amazing. How to teach students to scuba dive fast. F-A-S-T. What do I mean by fast? Watch the video. It's cool. Yeah, we're going to do more skits. We are going to do a hilarious skit on sort of the different types of instructors that are out there. That's going to be so funny. We've been writing it. Yes, I will say hi to Mike. We talk to Mike every day. So, talked to Mike this morning, as a matter of fact. He's amazing. Well, 75 minutes now I've been on. I just can't get off because the questions keep coming, and you guys have been amazing. Thank you for all the super chats. We just take all that money and reinvest it right back into Dive Talk. We're spending a ton of money right now building the Dive Talk Academy. Go to Dive Talk Plus, watch some of those more for pro level pro roundtable discussions, very interesting. And keep diving or get into diving. And then be kind to each other. This is not a competition. Definitely no room for ego in diving. We are super vulnerable, little fragile humans. That's for sure. Anyway, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you so much for this unbelievable support this morning on this live update. I haven't had time to do it, not by myself anyways. It's been a crazy 30 days for sure. And yes, ego kills us. Thank you. Wow, Tobias. Thank you for being great dive advisors. You guys are awesome. Thank you. We appreciate it. Somehow we became advisors, and we have to be careful. We have to be responsible, right? We have to respect this privilege that you guys have given us. We do. I know that. And we make mistakes with that sometimes too, by the way. So we're not perfect. We're so far from perfect that we just are privileged. The dive world has given us something special. Oh, we're going to have a booth at DEMA this year in Vegas, a beautiful booth. Finally, the first Dive Talk booth. And guess what? The Dive Talk Academy will be featured in it. The Dive Talk Go will be featured in it. We'll have a lot of world-class names hanging out in our booth. So go to DEMA, everybody in the dive world. It's amazing to go there. Love to meet you all in person. We keep having meetups. Terry organized this one coming up in Bonaire. She really did. I cannot thank her enough. You cannot imagine how much work she did for this meetup we have coming up second week in July in Bonaire. And we'll do more. Look out for more classes on Dive Talk Academy. It's going to change the way people learn. The platform it's so exciting. Steve Luchin, a longtime Dive Talk fan, built it for us. He's amazing. That is going to help him launch his own career, which I think he already has that career, in building platforms. Wow. This learning platform he built, Steve, oh my goodness. You're going to be amazed when you see the Dive Talk Academy digital learning platform. I promise, I'm not kidding you. It's incredible. So, bye everybody. This time I'm really going. I have to go. I do. I'm going to hit end. Thank you so much. Thank you. That means I'm low on air. I'm not low on air. That just means I'm touching my heart. And I'll see you soon, everybody. We have some really great shows coming up. So here we go.